I saw you talking to some of your old Colorado teammates after the game last Wednesday. What are you guys talking about?
A lot of stuff. I think ultimately it was a little bit too quick. I was just trying to focus on the game. Most of them were looking at me beforehand and trying to get my attention for me. I was super serious about this game. I told them, hello, obviously a quick hello. But obviously, you guys, what are you looking at? There's nothing
I
there.
don't know.
They're doing that. But no, I think for me it was super focused after the game. I was obviously hoping that we won that game so I can be on the good end, but we were just catching up. Obviously, it was a quick turnaround for me to leave them and come here. So kind of just catching up, seeing how everything was, and obviously, honestly, little about the game, more just about how they were doing about life, which was really really nice to see them.
What was your job when you came into that game?
To change the game, I think at halftime, if I remember correctly, it was kind of like we need a little bit more intensity. We needed a little bit more personality, is what Phil said, and I took that into the back of my mind, saying that if I would come into this game, it's something that I would show. Obviously, no fear, a lot of confidence in whatever position he needed me, and I think at that time it was 1-0 down. He kind of told me to come in as a double pivot, but obviously freedom in attack to go and change the game. And I think 2 minutes in, Anthony scores, and then a few minutes later, Kevin comes in and scores. So I think it shows that a lot of the subs came in, and obviously the whole team came in the second half to want to win that game, and we knew that we could win that game. So obviously, really happy with that.
What is your relationship like with Phil so far, and like how is he maybe different than some of the other coaches that you've played with?
No, he's been really honest. I think he makes he's able to have those challenging talks with you as a player. I think for me that's really beneficial. It makes me, he kind of told me. I think the first thing he said was, don't take your time. Run and grab it. Go and get it as soon as you can. Don't just because you're a new guy. Take your time and be patient. Go and grab it. And I think that took that into the back of my mind. Uh,
When I talked to you last week, you said how that double pivot role is pretty new for you. What are some of the unexpected challenges that you faced now that you've played it 2 times?
Remembering to defend. I think it might have been this game just because of who or what was going on, or just because I had a real feeling of wanting to score. But that's always my mindset of go and score and be in the box to try to get those chances. But having to remember to defend at the end of the day. I remember Phil a few times at the end of the game, yelling me to come back and defend, those second balls and to track back because it was only 2-1. But I think that's it. I think attacking and positional wise and on the ball stuff, I think it'll just come with playing there more. But I feel really comfortable wherever I am on the field, mostly with a bunch of the guys. I think they all are really really good players and easy to play off of no matter where I'm playing.
Is his voice pretty easy to hear from the field?
Yeah, you can't miss it. You definitely can't miss it. You know who's calling you, and you know who he's talking to. Obviously, unless it's you're on the other side and it's kind of loud, like Providence Park is pretty loud. So maybe if you can escape it if you don't hear him, but you can tell it's him.
And then how have you just been able to settle into the locker room so far with such a busy month just right after your arrival?
I think it's been easy. I think when you let the soccer talk more than myself, because I'm a really kind of quiet, kind of yeah, that's what I would say, quiet, patient guy. I let the game talk. I'm more loud and more talkative out there. So I think they got to know me a little bit more with just an action-packed month. And I think it's been good. A lot of the guys are, no matter old, young, new, old. I think they're all really, really great guys. Off the field, on the field, they're all competitors. They all want to be the best, and they want to be the best team. And I think that's what makes me so happy to be here. That they're pushing me to be my very best and push me to become a better player. Thank you, guys.